Hi, this is Stray Pastor, and welcome to my review of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I saw it today. There we go. Saw it in 3D. Focus. Yeah, there we go. There, I saw it in lovely 3D today, this morning. Okay, in this story, like I said, you've seen the trailer, of course. This story, they give you, first of all, let me say I enjoy this movie a lot. And the basic story is that they actually give you a little bit more backstory on Peter Parker's parents, which I thought was nice. And it kind of plays later on into the movie, which I won't spoil in this review. I am going to do a spoiler review, why can say everything, but I'm just going to talk in general for this review. Anyway, basically, this movie picks up with Peter. I like how it begins with him taking on the villain, the Rhino, but not in the way you would think. But that's how it begins. Okay, which you kind of see in the trailers. Okay, and what I like about this movie, and which I loved about that movie up there, that one, is the way Andrew Garfield just inhabits the role of Spider-Man and Peter Parker. He just plays that part to perfection. I absolutely just love the way they make Spider-Man move, and the way the wisecracking and just the way he moves. Just I always love that. Okay, and I love that it's more of that in this movie. Anyway, there's a nice speech in the beginning of the movie too, from Gwen Stacy, which kind of plays into later in the movie, which I won't spoil. And Peter is they're him and Gwen Stacy are still going out, but he's still kind of seeing, and this is a kind of a minor spoil, I guess. He still kind of remembers the words of Gwen Stacy's father, telling him to, because he's going to get enemies, to stay away from Gwen. But of course, he's kind of you know, he's thinking about it, and because he's like seeing him everywhere, and he even gets to the point where he's supposed to have dinner with him, and he kind of, basically the movie, it's kind of a push pull type of thing with him and Gwen in the movie, and like I said, the chemistry between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone is great, and I guess it is really great because they're going out in real life, but they do have as characters, you know, they have great chemistry together, and you care about them when they're together and when they're apart. And I love their moments together. Anyway, now, like I said, as far as the plot is concerned, also you have, Peter, of course, wants to find out more about his parents and stuff, and why they went away. Of course, so you have that, and you have Sally Field as Aunt May, caring about him, and they have their moments too, and I like their relationship as well. And of course, then you have Harry Osborn, who comes into the movie, and you find out during the movie, of course, that him and Peter, like you see in the trailer, haven't seen each other for a long time. Okay, so but there's a specific reason why Harry has come back, which I don't want to spoil in this review. Okay, and I think you can pretty much guess it by for anybody that's read the comics and anybody that doesn't know the comics, but even just seeing the trailer, who Harry Osborn becomes. Okay, and also Jamie Foxx's character is Max Dillon, who plays this shy nerd type of guy who really gets saved, like you see in the trailer. He gets saved by Spider-Man, and he's really a big fan of Spider-Man, and he's a shy guy who's kind of getting pushed around at work, and of course, like you see in later, I think you see in the trailer, later he becomes Electro. And let me just say again, now there's 3 villains in this movie, but they're not confusing like the way Americans like like the Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire was when they in Spider-Man 3 when they had the 3 villains in there, and they were all kind of no, the villains are properly structured in the movie where they don't where it's not one big thing where they all get together and say let's go with Spider-Man. It's played differently, and I like this movie. I really liked it. I like the action in it, and like I said, I love Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, and like I said, their relationship is a large focus of the movie too, which I liked. And also, there's a lot of wheeling and dealings with Oscorp, with Harry coming back and dealing with the company and stuff. And I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not in this review. I'm not going to spoil it. But like I said, Peter investigates his parents and stuff, and he finds things out. And like I said, I like how it all kind of ties into Oscorp, okay, which is a really good. And like I said, they're setting up, future movies as well. But I like this movie. I like the emotion of the movie. The movie kept me interested. It kept me into the movie, and I really, really enjoyed it a lot. And I'm gonna give this movie, like I said, excuse me. I enjoyed this movie a lot. I think it was a nice improvement over that movie, which was decent. I like that movie, but I think this one is better than the first Amazing Spider-Man. I think this movie is a lot better and a lot of more emotional beats in this, and love the action in this as well, and love the performances for the characters, and I'm so looking forward to the third part of this movie, and I'm just gonna give this movie, like I said, and I'm gonna be honest, okay, Captain America: The Winter Soldier I think is a better movie, and I think I give that a 9. So I think this movie's Amazing Spider-Man 2 is like a notch below that one. Okay, I know Captain America: Winter Soldier is like a different type of movie, more like a spy thriller, but it's still a comic book character. But I think this movie is, that movie is more, in Captain America movie, even with all the fantastic things in it, was kind of more of a real world movie, whereas, Amazing Spider-Man is more of an action, totally comic book movie, and I think it's a notch below Captain America: Winter Soldier, which I think I gave it a 9 because that was that good. I'm gonna give Amazing Spider-Man. I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it an 8 point. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I think it was a notch below Captain America: Winter Soldier. Okay, I think that's still the best comic book movie that's coming out this year, which I don't think there's only been 2. So I think you got X-Men coming up, of course. Okay, and Guardians of the Galaxy, but I like this movie a lot, and definitely can't wait to. I want to see this again, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm going to do a spoiler-free review where I can talk more honestly and get you my real, feelings on what happened exactly. And I know a lot of people. I was reading the international. I kept saying international. I think it's the International Movie Database, where people are kind of saying this movie was bad. I have no idea what they're talking about. This movie kept me interested, kept me in it. I was feeling for the characters in this movie, and I like this movie. I know and somebody mentioned this, and I saw a review of this, and it's kind of true. Well, I'll mention that in my spoiler-free review, so I won't spoil it here. But anyway, I like this movie. I think it's a nice entry into the series, and I can't wait for part 3 because, like I said, I think again Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man so far. Like I said, I love the joking around and the movements like Spider-Man and stuff. I think that's great, and I like the love story in this, and I like the action in this, like the characters. So again, 8.5 for me for Amazing Spider-Man 2. Okay, like I said, I think it's just a notch below Captain America: Winter Soldier, which I think is the better movie. Okay, but still enjoy it. Definitely go see it. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care. Oh yeah, one other thing. I forgot to tell you, I got a guest here. He's seen the movie, of course, too. And what do you think of the movie? That's what I thought. I enjoyed your movie. Looking forward to the third party of films. Love your work. So long.